Okay, so today we will drive and we'll use this machine. Yeah, it's a beautiful Ford C-Max, beautiful diesel engine. So yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, so we're gonna drive today. And I think that this will just be an intro of me driving, and I'll switch to POV in like 2 minutes, something like that. But let's talk about what we're gonna be filming today. And I want to show you a beautiful road that you can imagine being in your dream or in your fantasies about about an old Porsche, or for example a E30 M3 or E28 M5, or maybe a old Mercedes, or any type of car, to be honest. The type of road you imagining while thinking about this car, and the road that I think a autumn suits perfectly, and all the brown and orange and yellow leaves falling to the ground is what makes this road special. And I think this is type of this work. This is road like this. This is road of this type. And it may be just be in my imagination, and it just might be, really not so cool of a road, but at least it is, at least it is in my imagination, so I want to share it with you. This where I'm driving right now is the area where I was coming back from high school to my home. And the thing is that when being in high school, it was really a weird time. It was really a new thing. Like, you thought that you are a guy that knows it all and then goes to high school. Yeah, I know that it's kind of a funny thing to say, but it really felt new. And the thing is that because the high school felt new, I really remember this road. This was really like associated with me going there every day and coming back home. And when I was coming back home every time, this was the time that I had like space for myself to fantasize about things, about cars, about future trips and future corners I'll take with the tires squeaking. And one of the things associated with this trip back to home from my school was that I remember the first year in high school, it was like autumn when we started a year, and the thing was that it was really sunny autumn. I remember this, like, we could go with just t-shirts in Poland, so it was really sunny. It was really beautiful, really yellow and orange and warm autumn when it comes to, like, not only physically but also like emotionally, visually. You felt it on your body and with your senses. And the thing was that when I started high school, I could only dream about driving cars because back in the day, when I was in high school, I didn't have a driving license yet. So I couldn't have driven any car. So it was kind of every trip back home that autumn, every trip to my home from school, when the sun was past the noon, yeah, and it started to get really yellow outside and really orangey. Every time I was coming back to home, I started to romanticize cars in my head. It was this first thing, because back, like when I was younger, I didn't have this, you know what I mean, this need to think about cars. And at high school it started, and every time I was coming back to my home, I was romanticizing the whole thing, the autumn, the orange and yellow colors, feelings associated with like cars, I don't know, and this old school cars and me imagining myself driving those cars, driving an old Porsche, driving an old BMW, the smell of it, when you touch everything in this BMW, just let's say E34 5 Series, let's take, I don't know, 525i, just normal car, and for a 17-year-old kid, for a 16-year-old kid, like 2.5 liters inline six, it was something magical. It was so special. Even though in a world full of BMWs and M cars, it's nothing, to be honest. But in a world of 16 years old guy, it was, you know what I mean? Such a elevation, such a not even achievement, because you don't achieve anything. You are connecting with the car, and this thought of me driving this car through this curvy road with all the leaves, orange and yellow leaves, being on a road, and you just smashing through them and they are flying around the car. It was just so amazing. And when I really got into it, when I really started to think about it more and more, the things like the smell of it, the smell of the leather, how the leather looks in a car, on the seats, how it's used, how many kilometers the leather driven with someone, like, you know what I mean? All those, how the leather looks, how everything is, how used the steering wheel is. All those imperfections made such an image in my head when I was imagining myself driving, for example, 525i. It was, like, I have kind of like goosebumps when I'm talking about it, because it's just so warm. This is what I say, it's warm, it's independent. Having 525i as a 18-year-old, and being independent doesn't mean that having a 2.5 liter engine and old BMW. No, it's being able to have time alone and being yourself in the time when you drive this car, when you drive this BMW on this lonely road. This is what makes it special. This is what makes it powerful for a 16-year-old guy. Not having a BMW, but being able to connect as you and nobody else, just you, because you have all the time and all the space on this curvy road with this BMW. Okay, let's switch to the POV because the road starts. yeah, I think I need to invest in a. I need to invest in a camera that will capture my POV much easier than this, because it's not so convenient and comfortable. But let's say the road starts here. We left the city, we left the suburbs of the city. It's not like a big city I live in. I mean, that is my hometown. So the road starts here at the train pass, or whatever you call it in English. Yeah, there's this corner, and what this road means to me. I mean, it's not so curvy, as I told you before, but like my imagination made it curvy in my mind, made it have a lot of corners. And basically, the road leads through this place called Kamion, near the river Warta in Poland. And Kamion, it's a place of nature. It's literally in a forest at the river. It's even like Polish government or something like made this place like this area, Załęcze Małe, Załęcze Duże, I don't know, but made it like being a special place. But yeah, so Kamion is a place of nature. If I had to describe you Kamion in one word, I would say green. Like green, like this healthy grass, like a grass in your imagination or in your memories when you were a kid and you, I don't know, played football or were at your grandma's house, and you know what type of green I'm talking about. This is what I'd say. This is what I would describe Kamion in one word. It's green, really green, because everything around is freaking green. And this is also the place that I like to, nowadays, go for a longer walks, to think, to be quiet and peaceful. And I think you get the whole thing about me imagining this road being really peaceful and being really quiet. And the best thing about the road in my head and me driving a old BMW and imagining, of course, me driving this BMW, this 525i, was how peaceful it is, how personal and individual and quiet it is in my head. This is what was so romantic about it, what was so attractive. The fact that this road in my head and me driving this BMW, that it's not perfect. It's not a M5. It doesn't have 3.8 liter S38. It's just a M50 B25. The best thing about it was that it's mine. It's me and myself, in a car, on a road, in my head. This was so special. And I think you get the connection. Just look at this. This is so peaceful. This is so quiet, peaceful and quiet. I would even say that the word that comes to my mind when I think about this place, it's not Kamion yet, but like still, it kind of is. what I think about it, I'd say it's life. Life is what I have in my mind when I think about this place that we are visiting right now. And you kind of get the connection between this road and this whole experience in my head when I was coming back to home from school, and Camion that is extremely green and extremely peaceful. It's like a place to hide. It's like a place to find things in yourself and in yourself that you cannot find on a day-to-day basis. This is Camion. This is what it means to me. And by finding things in yourself, what it means, in my opinion, it means to have space. It means to do whatever you want as long as you want. Because finding things also takes time. And the road in my head was also like that. You had all the time to go slow, to go fast, to go semi-fast, to go over the limit and really under the limit. You have time to test and no need to perform. And yeah. And this is it. You're just passing by the church. It's literally like a Easter today. I'm recording this in Easter and holidays. I also played a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic 4, and it also kind of reminds me of that. This kind of magical place, a peaceful place, a place of nature. And when it comes to time and finding yourself with a BMW, with a Porsche, with a Mercedes, like getting all the quirks and weird things about those cars, how they handle, how they steer, how the tires on them slip through the corner, how the weight affects your driving on a limit. It takes time, and it's beautiful to experience that, to fully be into that process of finding those things out. When you drive your car, when you drive your BMW, when you drive your Mercedes, when you drive your Ford C-Max, it's beautiful. And it takes time, like a nature takes time to develop, like nature takes time to fully grow to a beautiful thing. And like your experience in that road. And like I said, it's not so curvy of a road, but just the whole thing, the fields, all the green things, the woods, the forest, the loneliness, nobody's here. It all makes it a experience like you would travel on a curvy road. Because when you travel on a curvy road, your focus and all your senses are on a corner and or a next corner. And I think the focus you need to get and to travel through the curvy road, I think it kind of makes you feel lonely because you are so focused on the task. You are so focused on getting through the corner and having no emotions, really, just enjoying the thing, just not judging anything, just really purely being so focused on receiving information through your car and through the road that you forget about everything around and everything else. So maybe that's why this whole quiet place that I'm talking about, the canyon and all those things, feel like a curvy road, because they also make you forget and just enjoy the thing, just simply drive. This is a really, really beautiful. I'd even say that it kind of gives me the vibe of a cowboy. Of a cowboys. Oh no, the corner. I should have taken it more seriously. But yeah, okay, we can just take here. It will be a bit more interesting, I think. So we are literally at the point of the road that I was talking about. We are literally there. And I want you to see this road and tell me what you think about it. The main thing shit. The main thing, okay, it starts here. Like, this part of this road was kind of the inspiration to my fantasies, to me imagining things. This part of the road, when it starts to get up and down, left and right, in this forest, in this lonely place. This is exactly the part that I was inspired by. When my dad drove here with me, I was like, damn. I saw the light coming through the forest, the woods, the trees, and was shining on a road, and this curvy black tarmac speaking to you from this green painting, from this green color. This really inspired me. This was really I was thinking about this road and modifying it in my head to fit the never-ending drive with all the type of corners I would like to overtake. In my lower 525i. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And now the forest ends. It's still really beautiful, but it's not as private as it was back there. Oh, so sweet of a cat. The privacy that the forest gave you back there, it makes it much more special than an open area. For example, an open area like this, I would associate it much more with freedom to take action, with freedom to push as much as you want and be as much over the limit as you want. This is more of a vibe a open space gave me, but it wasn't, I didn't know it existed. I was only aware of car, a BMW being in my head and being a really special place because it was me and a car and a road. So a privacy that the forest gave, the privacy that the forest gives me, the vibe of it is much more suitable for the 16-year-old romanticizing driving a BMW he doesn't own. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to take a stop right here. I want to take a stop right here, come back, and I want to come back and take a stop. I want to come back, take a stop, and say a few last words to the camera around the car. So I'll see you in some private forest place. Yeah, so it's not a forest, it's much more of a parking lot. But I thought it would be much more suitable, even though we were talking about being in a private place and being really alone. This is a parking lot of a church. And because it's Easter, I thought that it's also a special time. It's also a time of being alone with your family and time that makes you elevated. Time that is, I'd say, alone and private in comparison to different days and months and weeks in a year. Thanks for watching the video and thanks for surviving to the end. Bye.